It's wonderful to be alone in Thailand because Thailand is designed for loners. If those YouTubers and social media influencers in Thailand are honest, which they're not, they wouldn't be portraying themselves as you see, there's too much pressure. There's too much pressure on us to be popular. There's too much pressure to have lots of friends. Well, what's wrong? What's wrong with having little or no friends? Life is great until it's not. Everything is okay until it's not. So just make sure you enjoy it while you can. Hi guys, welcome back. This is Alpha Omega occasionally. I'm a loner. That's a fact. I was having a chat with a friend of mine, Paul, from Dublin. He's 10 years older than me, but we share a lot of memories of the great old city. He mentioned to me that on watching my videos, I come across as a bit of a loner. And it was only then that I realized, and I'm happy to say, I'm actually over the moon to say, yes, I am. I've spent my life viewing it as a stigma, battling against it. Didn't want people to know that I prefer my own company. But I absolutely do. Like most of you, I dare say, like most of you watching this video, I came to Thailand alone, not knowing anybody. And I would have stayed that way if it wasn't for an accident of circumstance that I met my wife. And one of the reasons that we're together is because she's very much a loner. And you might say that opposites attract. Well, they do, but in this case, it seems to work quite well. I like to do things my own way. I always have. I'm talking about my Thailand experience as a loner. When I go out drinking, I prefer to go out drinking alone. It doesn't mean that I continue the night on my own, because I do enjoy talking with people. I do enjoy meeting people, but it's an in and out. I dip in and dip out. And I relish my time alone. Being in Thailand, I would say, based on my experience, is a motorcycle. I'll let him go. I'll move to the side here because the camera's on the other side of the road. Up. What do you got? Meow to me. Everybody, by the way, everybody here know they're municipality workers, and they said meow ma mai. That's Meow is my wife. Has she come? They look fairly official. But you see, most of the guys in Pattaya and these places, they're solo travelers. Most, I'm not saying all, but some of them, they come on their own, you come on your own, but you frequent a bar, a sports bar, a whatever bar, to meet fellow Farang for company. You see, I think Thailand is designed for loners. It seems to attract people like us, people like you, people like me, who prefer our own company. But it's the beauty of Thailand that you can mingle with people and then just get the hell out of there. Do you know one of the most wonderful things about living in Thailand for me? It reminds me of my childhood. We always remember the highlights of our childhood. The summers were warmer, the winters were colder. Well, in this case, the summers were warmer. Look at that sky. I remember skies like that in 1976. I didn't feel like a loner then. I was only a young fella and we played with all the kids on the road. We had oodles of pals. But as I got older, I realized I wouldn't say withdraw. I never withdraw. I'm extroverted. I'm on YouTube. I shout and I scream and I do all those wonderful things. But I do like to drink me bottle of gin by myself sometimes. There's no hassle with me drinking alone. By the way, when I mentioned 1976, there's a reason for that. If you're as old as me and you come from Western Europe, you remember, Northwestern Europe, you remember 1976 as the hottest on record. And I remember drinking Coca-Cola from a can made of a metal other than aluminium. It was heavy, and the ring pull would come straight off, and you could separate the little tab and click it back onto the ring and flick the ring. We used to flick them at cars. And you get your money back on your bottles, your deposit on the glass bottles. And you'd ride around on your chopper, your rally chopper. All of those wonderful things from 1976. And living in Thailand feels like the summer of 1976. So I'm living in my childhood almost. But I'm reveling in the fact that I want to be alone. There's no pressure. You see, there's too much pressure. There's too much pressure on us to be popular. There's too much pressure to have lots of friends. Well, what's wrong? What's wrong with having little or no friends? One of my most popular videos of 2025, because we're coming up to the end of 2025 now at the time of making this video, was Billy No Mates in Pattaya. Because that's what a lot of the guys are like in Pattaya. They're Billy No Mates. But Billy No Mates is a term designed to be derogatory. But it's not derogatory. Well, it is derogatory. It's meant to be. It's designed to be. But it doesn't affect me in a derogatory sense. I'm not Billy No Mates. Not because I'm being defensive, I'm just saying I'm not, because a lot of fellas watching this will know that I'm not, because I've met so many and I have made friends wonderful friends from YouTube, and you know who you are. And I will endeavour in the future to meet people from the channel, subscribers. Absolutely, you're all very welcome. Let me know when you're in Bangkok. Send me an email, 5timeslucky@gmail.com. And I want to extend my gratitude at this time to everybody throughout the year that supported me on Buy Me a Coffee. That's the QR code, and the link is in the description below. So I don't shun friendship, but I revel in my anonymity, and I revel in my solitude. It's wonderful to be alone in Thailand, because Thailand is designed for loners. Yeah, it's designed for loners. Just think about the retirement visa. That's a loner visa. You're on your own. You're preparing for a life on your own in Thailand. And how mind-numbing could that possibly be? The only way that I can cope with being a loner in Thailand, I can cope with being a loner, but coping with being a loner in Thailand, I can't be alone. If I want to be a successful loner, if I want to be happy as a loner, I can't be alone. I'm married, but I'm pretty lucky in my relationship. It's a unique relationship. All relationships are. She's a loner and I'm a loner. And we live in a kind of a parallel universe that intersects from time to time, but only from time to time. I can be perfectly honest with you. I wouldn't be able even to conceive it. I wouldn't be able even to imagine it, but I am able to imagine it. And it's frightening. Being a loner in Thailand on a retirement visa. So let's look at your typical day. No, not yours. I'm not distancing myself, and I'm not criticizing you. I'm including myself in the critique. Waking up of a morning alone in your condo. So you wake up in your condo alone. The weather is beautiful. It's the middle of December. Well, it's the end of December. But what are you going to do today? What are you going to do today that doesn't cost money? I'll tell you what you're going to do today that doesn't cost money. Absolutely nothing. Apart from go for a walk. Or go for a swim if you're lucky enough to have a pool where you live, or if you're lucky enough to be beside the beach. So you could do that. But what do you do after that? Maybe pop up or in or over to 7-Eleven to get a coffee, or to get a toasted cheese sandwich, to pass the time. I mean, that's what it is. That's what I'm doing now. Couldn't get any hot dogs, they're all out of them. So I have to wait for the pork burger, double cheese. We're cut here? Wow. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, double cheese pork burger. The stuff they sell here is very convenient. It's extremely convenient, but you get very tired of it. By the way, this isn't for me, this is for Harry. He's off school today. He's actually on 2-week school holidays. So I have the honour and the pleasure of looking after my son for the next 2 weeks while she's at work every day. And I must say, it gives me something to do. So I can be a loner. And believe me, I'm not just saying it. I am a loner. And I do relish in it. But the thing that keeps me sane is having relationships, well, a relationship with my son, a relationship with my wife, however parallel those relationships may be. And I also can feel somewhat reassured that I'm not completely alone. It's almost like, I'll explain a bit more in a second. Let me deliver this to Harry. So being a loner, for me, is what's natural. It's been naturally part of my life. It's been me. It's me. And the persona that I project on YouTube isn't false or fake. That's me. But I have another persona, like we all have, that we adopt, that we just switch into, or we just click into when we're alone. Somebody said, I had a wonderful discussion with this wonderful Italian girl once, a long time ago, and I put it to her about how many persona do we have, and she said something like 16 or something. Now, I'm not going to Google it now straight away. Actually, no, I won't, I haven't got my phone on me, but you can probably Google it there now. How many persona does the average person have? Are all my persona melancholy, or all my persona, well, I won't say melancholy, are all my persona loner? Am I a loner in each persona that I portray? No. But the persona that I feel most comfortable with, my personal one, 100%. And Thailand suits, you see, Thailand suits this. Thailand suits this down to the ground. I've often said it before, and you probably said it yourself, and many other YouTubers have said it themselves, that Thailand feels like home. But why does it feel like home? Because you're comfortable here. I'm comfortable here. I'm comfortable being alone. I'm comfortable being a loner. I'm comfortable being left up to my own devices. My wife has gone to work today, and as I said, Harry is on a couple of weeks' holidays. This is the end of the year, and we will be having time together over the course of the New Year period, because there's 3 days holidays here in Thailand for the New Year, and it blends into a weekend, so it's an effectively 5-day holiday. But none of that time I'll be spending on my own. At the end of my time with my wife and son, after say a 3-day trip, I think we're going to Pattaya. There'll be some videos coming up over the next few days from Pattaya. Death warmed up, you know yourself. All the loners walking along the beach of a morning with nothing else to do. And I'm saying that there should be no stigma attached to that. But people do. But the thing about being a loner, it can develop into loneliness. And that's a killer. As I said, because I can afford to be a loner and not suffer from loneliness because of the fact that I'm married with a wonderful son and a wonderful wife. Thailand is portrayed as this wonderful, wonderful place where you can party, blah, 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 do all those blah, blah, blah things. But the guys who are putting those videos out have an inward persona, or an insular persona, that they never show to the camera. They wake up of a morning, just like you and I do, wondering how you're going to fill your day, wonder how you're going to battle the loneliness. There's Facebook groups and there's hobby groups in Thailand just for that reason. But I'd hate to join a hobby group, because for me as a loner, the word group doesn't enter into my vocabulary. That's the truth of it. I'm covering a whole wide variety of the spectrum of loneliness and being a loner in Thailand. But just remember this, that if you're honest with yourself, or if those YouTubers and social media influencers in Thailand are honest, which they're not, they wouldn't be portraying themselves as all the time. No, they'd be telling you as it is. And this is as it is. Life is great. And I will say this, life is great until it's not. Everything is okay until it's not. So just make sure you enjoy it while you can. Thanks for being there, lads. By the way, before we finish this video, I just want to draw your attention to the following clip, which is my way of saying thank you to everyone who supported me on Buy Me a Coffee throughout the year. All of your names will appear in the following sequence. Keep an eye out for your name. If your name is not there, you make sure and let me know. But guys, if you want to do the same, all you got to do, if you support the channel, scan the QR or click the link below. It helps me bring you these videos, and it will help me in the future to do the same. So guys, thanks for being there. Thanks for being there for the 2025. And I look forward to bringing you oodles more content in 2026. And remember, you're not really alone. I'm not really alone. I've got you and you've got me.